it's Martin over here. Why is it that we hear so much of this narrative that black people are killing black people? And why is that even an issue? And why should we care? I'd like to deal with that topic for the next few minutes, and I'd like to hear more from you on your thoughts on it. In the last few years, there has been a major move towards, especially, among the haters. They like to create this story that, well, black people are shooting black people, so why should we care that the police are killing black people? And of course, we know it's not even that way. And we also know it's more complicated than that. Because you see, white people do shoot white people. Black people do kill black people. It's like generally humans have always tried to annihilate fellow humans, regardless of their skin tone. When a black person kills a black person, it makes the headlines. It's like in the front of the newspaper or the news. But when a white person shoots a white person, they make a movie out of it. And then they make a lot of money. So you see, it's complicated. It's more complicated than just like, okay, they're just shooting everybody like themselves, so we shouldn't care. No, I think that's not the real story. The real story is, why does it happen? And we also need to appreciate that it is a twisted message that is geared towards, obviously, taking your attention away from what's important. Now, what I want to ask you, though, especially if you're black, do you love that you're black? Do you love your fellow black people? Are you in love with who you are? Are you in love with your pigmentation? And what I want to challenge you is to love your pigmentation. Love who you are. It's not true that black people hate black people. It's not true that black people hate that they're black. It's something that has been put upon us by some of the things that the privileges that seem to evade people who are black. But if we learn to love ourselves, what's going to happen is we're going to create these societies and these communities where we don't necessarily depend on other people to get our validation or to get even our sustenance and our prosperity. And so my message to you today is, what do you need to do to begin to appreciate who you are as a black person? And this message is for everybody. There are people from other hues that also don't love how they look. They don't like their color. Not just color. Sometimes it's just some part of your body that you don't think is up to par. There's not many, but there's a few white people that don't like being white. You hear white privilege, which I know it's a thing, but there are white people who wonder, what does that even mean? I've been white all my life and I haven't had any privilege. So you're talking about that I'm getting some type of a pass in life because I have this white skin and I am not getting it. You've seen a lot of white people who are homeless. And those guys don't understand what white privilege would mean, because if in fact they were privileged, then some rich white person would whisk them away and give them $1 million. Or maybe that has happened and they blew it. I don't know. But I think what I'm trying to get to is, it's not about your skin. It's about what's deeper than that. It's what's in your mind, what's in your heart. And this story is huge, and it's as old as humanity. The story of some people group oppressing the other people group. The story of the first, if you go with the biblical narrative, the first man born of a woman oppressed and in fact killed his fellow brother. And then it just went downhill from there. When you go back to the chronicles of the earlier civilizations before us, there was always a certain kingdom that was ruling over other, or seeking to rule over other kingdoms. Why do we call it the Great Britain? Because they almost conquered the whole world, and they used what they had to create greatness among themselves. I'm always, I used to be pissed, but now I just laugh about it, because when I go through Africa, there's so many things that are named after the queen and the crown and the English monarchy of the day. And I'm always wondering, why in God's name did they go there? They were probably guided by the local people and they found this amazing lake that the local people had lived for hundreds of thousands of years, and they had enjoyed that area. They probably had a local name for it, but just because this one white explorer came by and they said, all right, we're gonna name this the Lake Victoria or Victoria Falls after the Queen of England, or something like that. So, and guess what? It stuck. Why did it stick? I don't know. I think because the ruling powers of the day wanted it to stick. But, and then the local people, obviously, what kind of impact do you think that had on their psyche? They were feeling inferior. Not that they needed much help feeling that way, because they had already been oppressed before that by the previous colonial powers. However, it is interesting how the journey of the African man and woman that we've come to be where we are now. And so I would like to remind you all, and really just encourage you, to appreciate your beautiful pigmentation. I'm a black person and I don't want to be any other color. I love who I am. I love how I look like. I love everything about me. There's a few things, maybe when I'm not taking a shower, I should probably not feel good about that. But beyond that, I'm happy with who I am. And I think it gives me a lot of confidence going about the world, because I'm not looking for validation from other people. And to me, that is important, because then what happens is I don't have to look at another person, black or otherwise, and think, oh, they're better than me, so I'm gonna hate them. I'm gonna try to get rid of them. And I think that could be, it's probably not the only, it might not even be the root cause of our issue here, but it is a major part of the healing we need going forward. If every black person and person of color loved who they were deeply, from the bottom, from the core of who they are, and then they learn to appreciate their fellow black men and women, and their fellow men and women of color and people, and really just everybody. I'm not here to say black is better than white, just like I don't think white is better than black. But I would like to say there has been a lot of narratives and a lot of twisted ideas about the value of a black person. And you are whole. You're complete, just as you are. You don't need anything else to make you complete. And you will be as prosperous as you appreciate the person you are. But if you try to be something you're not, or not appreciate what you are, you're not gonna go far. And so I don't want to make this long. It's already too long than I wanted it to. So I'm gonna cut it off right there, and appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Let's keep on this journey. Comment on this one here below. Let me know if this means anything to you, or if there's anything else we can do as black and people of color to love and appreciate who we really are, so we can all move forward. The secret is not in you alone succeeding. It's in all of us moving forward together. Love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.